What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. How y'all feeling? If you like what it is that we do over here, hit that sub button, hit them likes, and run up that hype. Today, we are talking about Tony Allen. That is the headline. But we need to talk about the underlying context behind this headline and why he's in the situation that he's in. So if you've known by now, Tony Allen has been arrested, right, and faces 2 charges of drug possession. The report says, you know what I'm saying, Memphis, Tennessee, former Memphis Grizzly defensive star Tony Allen, a mainstay from the team's core 4 success era, was arrested on drug charges, you know what I'm saying, in Arkansas Wednesday. It says Tony Allen, 43, faces 2 charges of drug possession. A car driven by William Hatton of Memphis was stopped on Interstate 555 and about 50 miles northwest of Memphis. So he was on his way to Memphis. It says a report, you know what I mean, said that a package of leafy substance, later identified as marijuana, was found on Allen. A search of the car found a cigarette box with powdery substance, later identified as cocaine. So let's just stop there for a second. I'm going to tell y'all how I operate just for me. And this is no slight to Tony Allen, because we're going to see how he feels in real time about this said situation. But for myself, whenever I travel, I usually drive myself. I don't really like people driving me around. Even when I get the opportunity to have a driver, I get plenty of them when I travel. Yo, you could get the car service, all of that. I'd rather drive myself, because when I'm ready to go, I want to go. I don't want nobody being in charge of when I can move and when I can't. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. I also stopped taking Ubers. I stopped taking Ubers about like 2, maybe 3 years ago. And the reason why I stopped taking Ubers is because sometimes I would get in an Uber and somebody be like, yo, ain't you such and such? And they'd be dropping me to my crib. So it was a safety issue for myself. But for the most part, I drive myself around. Let's continue with this report, though. It says Allen played for Memphis from 2011 to 2017. It says all the stuff about him being drafted. It says in August 2023, Allen pleaded guilty in a federal case regarding an NBA health insurance fraud scheme. He was sentenced to community service and 3 years supervised probation. The Grizzlies retired his number 9 jersey in March. The third of the core to receive the honor, Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph, also have their numbers retired. 4th member Mike Conley is still playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So let's talk about this situation. First and foremost, you have to watch who you put yourself around. Now, even with me saying that, this is not Tony Allen's fault. By no means is this Tony Allen's fault. But again, you have to watch who you put yourself around and who you associate with. I want to watch this video. And in this video, it is, you know, the body cam footage of Tony Allen when him and this dude get stopped. And Tony is going off. Like, he going off. But he's going off because, I mean, honestly, he got a lot to lose. Let's watch that and talk about it after.
Yeah, bro, I was going to do a podcast. Literally, he ain't telling y'all what he told you everything what was going on. All this extra shit, I don't even know. I'm mad. I should have just got an Uber, bro. Man, y'all bogus, bro. Y'all should have got me, bro. Should have never came and motherfucking got me, man. I got too much to lose.
Calm down, man.
With you, man.
Calm down,
hey, no, this is my life, man. I'm a ball player, bro. I don't got shit to do with that smoke weed and shit, man. You bogus. But don't ever come here, man. Y'all bogus.
Yeah.
Y'all bogus.
Look, we're gonna go back here, okay?
Why would you?
Come on, Tony.
I don't have anything to hide from anybody. It's a little bit of weed. It's probably not even a gram. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I understand.
It's the other, and I have a prescription. It's the other that you're talking about, field testing. Tony Allen has absolutely nothing to do with that. Tony Allen has only been in my car since 8:43 this morning, and we came straight here. I'm pretty sure even if that's tested, that is probably weeks and weeks and weeks old, and I'm willing to go to your station right now and take a piss test to prove that I'm not even on it myself.
But you understand you have physical control of your vehicle and there's cocaine in your car.
Yes, sir. I understand that. I understand that's the charge, and I understand that's possession. I 100% understand that. But I can absolutely promise you, sir, that is not mine. I do not take cocaine. I take my hydrocodones. I smoke a little bit of weed because the hydrocodones make me antsy, but I have back problems from being a professional wrestler for 15 years.
Okay.
That's why when the gentleman opened up my trunk, you'll see that I have several Jimmy Hart photos and several Jimmy Hart signed autograph sunshades. I was the promoter that ran the Jerry Lawler Jimmy Hart event, Truman, Arkansas. That's August 30th. I have nothing to hide, sir.
Okay.
Did Tony Allen have anything to do with
sir,
that?
Tony Allen has with the show.
No, I'm talking about with the cocaine. Or
No, sir.
anything
Tony
like
Allen
that.
has absolutely nothing to do with any of that. If Tony Allen had some on his person, as you know, sir, it's
I understand.
personal amount. Tony's got absolutely nothing to do with it. I wish y'all would let Tony go. I will take 100% responsibility for everything in my vehicle. Like I said, there was a grinder. It's probably got maybe a half a gram of marijuana in it from last night that I just didn't finish off. And I accidentally left my pipe in the car. Again, I just threw everything in and went in the house.
Tony had nothing to do with this, right? He had nothing to do with this. He had a little bit of weed on him. But the fact of the matter is this. He was picked up. He doesn't even know the guy that he's riding with like that. I'm saying this video is brought to you by Jordan Craig Denim. Jordan Craig Denim is a brand, a family-owned brand, working in streetwear business over 30 years by the way of Queens, New York. On top of that, they got everything from premium denim. They got good sweatsuits, good jackets, all types of garments and all types of accessories for any and everything you need. A lot of people have wanted. Everybody from Allen Iverson, the Moneybag Yo, Shiloh Sanders, Paul Pierce, Vin Diesel. They got something for everybody. You know it's full time. You gotta get right. Go get you one of these sweatsuits. This sweatsuit I got on in particular is extremely comfortable. I can move around in it. It's comfy. I feel like I could wear this to go outside. I could wear this to the gym. I could wear this to go get my groceries, pick up my kids from school, whatever it is I need to be doing. Good airport fit. Jordan Craig got it. So if you like this sweatsuit or any of the stuff that you've seen, make sure that you hit jordancraig.com and use my code. Like I said, you support me, you support this channel, support Jordan Craig. He took the opportunity, to just take a shortcut, get a ride right quick, go the way he needed to go, and do what he needed to do. This is Kendrick Perkins giving a little bit more context about the situation. Let's listen to it.
So Tony Allen is going to an appearance, a podcast appearance that he always goes to. And instead of the people who booked him to go to the appearance, instead of him sending an Uber or sending a professional driver, he sends one of his friends to pick him up. Okay, so now he gets in the car and he admitted, hey, the marijuana, that was mine. Obviously, it gives them a reason to search the car. Yeah. They search the car. The marijuana, yes, it's Tony Allen's, okay? The cocaine and the other drugs are on the other person. But again, we're here, so the news break
It's Tony
Allen. I think it's a lesson learned that you have to move right. And I'm not saying he was moving wrong, but like, even with this situation, like he didn't know. Fucking guy sent his friend to pick him up who supposedly had his own car service, and then you get pulled over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck. And I hate it because he's been trending, of doing a lot of great things.
Yeah.
Yep.
We talk about a guy that's like, quote unquote, Mr. Memphis. He is that, right? Like in Memphis, Tony Allen is king. Like they love him. He's in the Hall of Fame. All this, and he's doing a hell of a job on this podcast, him and Zebo out the mud. So he's found his lane, found his niche, found his space, and he's been doing great. And I just think this is a minor setback for a major come up, right? Like, but again, the news hit is Tony Allen, which is fucked up.
Now I want to talk to, all of the people, now that we got, a little bit more of the story and then broken down from Big Perk. Shouts out to Big Perk from his perspective. I want to talk a little bit more about these said situations because it's not only, a Tony Allen story. There's tons of times that you might, pick up one of your homies, your homegirl, whatever they got going on. You know that they might be doing certain shit. And I'm not saying that Tony knew anything about this guy. I'm just, speaking hypothetically. You know that certain people might be doing into certain things, and you still allow them to ride in the car with you, or you'll still, allow people to be around you or be in their car and not tell you what they got going on. I once had a friend, and this is a real story, man. This is a real story. I had a homeboy. I was like, yo, listen. I'm like, yo, I'm out. I'm running around with you. I'm gonna come run around with you for a couple of days. He's like, nah, bro. Can't have you around me. I'm like, damn, what happened? Like, you ain't fuck. He like, nah, it ain't that. I had 2 shootouts this week. Dead ass. Like, he like, yo, I had 2 shootouts this week, and I can't take nothing happening to you. So it's good to see you, but I would say I would rather you stay away from me for right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real friend. But aside from that, I think that all of us have to guard our presence. You know what I mean? We all have to guard our presence and guard what we want to keep and have around us. Now, there was a point in time where we might have not known these things or had access to this information, even at younger years. It's out there. You see it daily. You see these stories daily. If you're a younger person and you watch this channel, I always highlight, you know what I mean, stories of young people who make the wrong decision about getting in the car with somebody or running with the wrong person. Y'all see the girl from the Fulio situation. People are celebrating like, yo, she beat no, she didn't beat nothing. She didn't get charged with the conspiracy, but she still got manslaughter. The minimum of that is like 10 years. So if you think 10 years of your life is a win when you about to have a kid, you sadly mistaken. And this Tony Allen situation should be a lesson to all. You know what I mean? I mean, Tony Allen, he been around the block. We know, you know what I mean? He been around the block. He's from Chicago, been in Memphis. That's where he had the ladder of his career. And he's put a lot of groundwork into that city. And what he's got going on right now, that's why he was flipping out like that. Because imagine the corporate responses that he probably have or the conversations that he's possibly having from his channel, his show with him and Zebo. You know, the Out the Mud podcast. Imagine the money that's possibly on the table that could be taken off in a second just for a situation like this. And that's the thing about them corporate sponsors. They don't care about the context. It's the headline. It's not about the context. I used to tell this to a lot of artists that I would manage in times, or artists that I worked with, right? Like, yo, listen, stop bringing. I remember one time, yo, I'm going to tell y'all Dave East story one time. I remember our first time going on the road. We go on this tour. It's like this mini tour. We doing like venues that maybe house anywhere from 75 to 100 people, right? We performing at like small bars that do like performances. We performing all over, and I mean, doing that type of stuff. One of his friends, we go to a stop at 7-Eleven. One of his friends steals a lighter, right? He steals like 2 or 3 lighters. And I remember flipping on this kid. And he's like, damn, Wayno, it's just a light. I'm like, yo, bro, first of all, we on the road. We not from where we from. We don't know how these towns operate. You get caught stealing a lighter somewhere else, a cop in New York, the right cop might laugh at you. A cop could be an asshole, be like, nah, you stole something, I'm gonna lock you up. But a cop might laugh at you for some shit like that. Like, why you doing stupid shit like that? You know what I'm saying? We in another town where we not familiar with how they get down, how they work. It ain't even the fact that that you didn't get caught. It's the fact that you put yourself in a position to make us look bad. We not never gonna look bad. I'm never allowing nobody to let the product, whatever it is that we pushing, to look bad. You feel me? And when I said that, some got it and some don't. Because if he would have got caught, let's say he would have got caught and we get one of them racist cops, because we was in one of them towns, we get one of them racist cops doing some bullshit. You know what the headline gonna say? Dave East arrested for stealing lighters. So just let this be a lesson to each and every one of y'all, right? Just be mindful about the decisions you make. You know what I mean? Tony Allen, of course, I hope that he gets fully cleared of this, but I can only imagine how much he's been fighting ever since the fraud charge that he took accountability for and was sentenced to probation. You know what I mean? Imagine what he's been going through in that realm. I think it's federal. Is it federal? Hold up. Let's look at the report again. Because if it's federal probation ain't no joke. Hold on. All right. Damn, where's it at? See, this is how y'all know I be doing. I do this with y'all for the love, because I ain't even had this put together. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, a federal case. So a federal case, man. Federal probation is no game. You know what I mean? It's no game. I just hope that each and every one of y'all, when y'all step outside, y'all pray before y'all get outside, and y'all pray to make it back in safe. I hope that, you know what I mean, you use all the principles that you learned no matter how you grew up, whether that's the street, whether that's your moms, your pops, whoever instilled anything, any good into you. You know what I'm saying? Use all of that so that you make the right decisions, because, man, listen, what's it worth? This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, now how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.